Hello, guys. I do hope you are well. Today, our story is from our subscriber cardiologist, 9760. The story is called, Does it bother you when your significant other tells you they're sexually attracted to other people? 26F in relationship with 30M was told they are sexually attracted to other women. Story: I have been cheated on in the past and my boyfriend knows this. My boyfriend and I had a problem with me catching him watching inappropriate TikToks and stuff online, and in the beginning of our relationship, I didn't express how much it bothered me until I caught him, and I apologized and should have been honest that I didn't like it. But it hurt me knowing he was still watching it while living with me, and when he said he stopped watching it, I ended up catching him watching inappropriate TikToks, which he tried to lie and say he didn't, but then confessed. And on his work account, he likes pics of attractive women, but he said it's just pure business. But I know that men are sexually attracted to other women. I am not dumb. But one day I was telling him that I felt uncomfortable with him keeping in touch with a girl who he previously had a crush on, and she had also told him 3 years prior to us dating that she wished she had a shot with him at the time, but she's married, but had went on to say she used to have the biggest crush, and he had told her over message that he had one too. And he even invited her to a ball, but she didn't go BC. She was busy. At first he said he didn't ever like her, but then he showed me their chat history, and I found out he had. I just thought the friendship was a bit inappropriate. He said I had nothing to worry about because he wasn't attracted to her, and wasn't ever because it was a few years ago, and that she was just a tease. It was an old crush, he says. Okay. So fast forward, and it comes up again that I feel uncomfortable, BC. I saw he followed her on her other socials. I said Facebook is fine, but why something like Twitter? It's petty, but it's just the principle. I don't follow guys I've liked or had a thing with. And in the beginning of our relationship, he had told me he unfollowed all the girls he'd like or had a thing with, and so I did the same. Anywho, I forgot how it started, but he ended up just telling me that he's sexually attracted to other women. I asked him, why would you tell me that? I don't feel sexual attraction towards anyone because that's not how my brain works when I'm in love. And he went on about how it's a natural thing for men to be sexually attracted to other women, but he's not going to do anything because he would feel guilty if he did, and it would disappoint his family and hurt my feelings. Then he ended up telling me he is in fact sexually attracted to this friend he had a crush on. It broke my heart because he had lied about it. He ended up telling me he finds my best friend sexually attractive after calling me crazy for years, after telling him it felt like there was a one-way connection towards my best friend. He was a bit flirty from what I would see, but not too inappropriate, just made me feel awkward. I kept telling him to stop telling me about this as I was getting emotional, but he continued on and on to justify it, and even said he's still sexually attracted to his ex-girlfriends, and to most of the girls he knew from high school, and ones he's friends with on his social medias. I told him that him telling me made me feel terrible. He said it's subconscious and he can't help it. He now has a new job and he works with mostly women and 2 guys. He was naming off the friends he made, which were all women, and he follows them all as well as a lot of women on LinkedIn, and he was smirking while telling me his new friends' names like he knew it was making me jealous, but maybe he wasn't doing it intentionally. I know my jealousy is something I need to work on, and it's not his problem and to deal with it because that's reality. He says he's sure all his friends tell their wives and that no other girl would care about this. He says I'm just a sensitive child and need to grow up. He is so insensitive to my feelings about this situation, and I've been trying to deal with it, but it's really hard. He's a tall, successful, educated Marine, and there's no doubt he's a very attractive person. But he doesn't seem to care that he has hurt my feelings about this. I feel like I'm quite a catch, but he told me he couldn't even tell me I was the most beautiful girl he's seen or been with, because he said that would be a lie, but that doesn't mean I'm not attractive. I was heartbroken. I am not sure what to do, because overall he is a great boyfriend, and we have been together for a few years. But I wish he had never told me, and I told him I had just wanted to pretend like I was the only girl he found attractive, but he said I'm living in a dream world. He threw it in my face like nothing, and if I say anything about it, he tells me to go find someone else who is a better liar to make me feel better. He says he won't ever lie and tell me he isn't attracted to other women, and even if he does, I'll know. But it doesn't help that before this he also said he doesn't know if he sees me in his future or as a wife. I feel pretty disposable right now because he previously broke up with me BC. I was upset he threatened to break up with me if I didn't go on a trip while I was sick. Right now we are taking some space. I don't know what to do. He's my world, but I don't ever feel good enough for him because he keeps saying I need to work on myself. I embarrassed myself and practically begged for him to tell me I was his world, and that I'm beautiful, and we had an argument before this. And he said that compliments and love have to be worked for, so he wouldn't say it. He told me all he wants is for me to stop bitching, and if I'm unhappy, then go and find my happiness. Update. Right now he's acting like he doesn't care if he loses me. I'm confused. I have long forgotten how to feel peaceful, calm, and happy. Comment. Such relationships are called toxic. I'll explain why I think so. Not only does a person offend you with his actions, but he himself tells you about it. I think he gets pleasure from seeing you suffer. Think about it. Thank you so much.